Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, May 14th. I went ahead and I wrote my writing prompt for my writing journal today, and I decided to write about watching or listening to the news and write about what you saw or heard. So this morning, this is what I wrote about. This morning, I watched the news, period. It was talking about students and teachers going back to school, period. I hope we can go back to school in September. I really do hope we get to go back in September. Now, September has a capital, right? Because it's a proper noun. It's a month. So we have to put a capital, letra grande, on our months. All right? So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to write May 14th, for my writing journal. And then today we're still talking about statements and questions. All right, we're still talking about that. So what is this? Statements and questions. So here we go. Statements and questions. So remember, a statement, we end with a period. And then a question is our question mark, which we've been working on. So let's look at this paper here. Read each sentence. Write Q, the letter Q, okay? Write Q on the line if the sentence is a question, and write an S if the line is a statement. All right, so let's read number 1. Where did the ant live? Now remember our question words, right? Where, how, when. Those are usually words that we can relate to a question. And if we look, what's at the end? That's a question mark, right? So we're going to write a Q because that's a question. All right, there's my Q. Now let's read the second one. The ant had many cousins. The ant had many cousins, right? There's a period on the end. And that's a telling sentence. That's telling us that ant, they had 3 cousins. So I'm going to write an S because that's a statement. All right. So that's what you're going to go. You're going to go through the rest and you're going to write a Q or an S. Now, on the bottom, it says that these words in the sentence, they're not in the right places. So you have to write the words in the right order. Does that make sense? Let's do the first one together, okay? How Crumb did carry the ant? That doesn't sound right, does it? How Crumb did carry the ant Maybe if we do... Well, how has a capital, right? So how must, because we know that we start a sentence with a capital letter. So how, I'm going to think of, remember when we think of words that go together? So I'm going to say, how did the ant? I think that sounds better. How did the ant... How did the ant do what? The ant is our subject. And what did they do? What's our verb? How did the ant carry the crumb? How did the ant carry the crumb? How did the ant carry the crumb? And I got my question mark. How did the ant carry the crumb? All right. So that's what you're going to go And you're going to go ahead and you're going to do the same thing for the bottom for number 2 because it is not in the right order either. Now moving on to the second page in your statements and questions. It's the same thing. You have to rewrite the sentences. So you have to put the words in the right order to make it sound correct. And you also have to do your capital letter, letra grande, for the beginning, right? Primera of the sentence, for the start of the sentence. And you have to put in your period or your question marks. This is harder. You have to do all this together now, all right? So let's do number 1. Can we take a taxi downtown? Can we take a taxi downtown? What do we have to do? That sounds correct, right? But we have to put can. Can does not have a capital letter. So let's write our capital letter. Can we take a taxi downtown? Remember, can we? We don't know if we can. Can is an asking word, right? So that's a question. So we're going to put a question mark. All right? So you're going to go through, you're going to write this. And here's your test, right? We've done these lots of times before. So you have to fill in the bubble to the correct answer. Okay? The ant found a big crumb. Is the ant found? Is that correct? Yes, it's correct as it is. So I'm going to fill in that bubble. All right? So you have to determine if the underlined part is correct or not. And remember, they give you the corrections or it's just correct as is. All right? So that's your activity for today. I hope everybody's doing well. Remember, send me your pictures of your completed work. And if you're having trouble, just text me through Talking Points or on Teams and let me know and I will help you. All right? I hope you have a great weekend and stay safe and healthy. All right? I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.